information. So you do have to be licensed to be able to talk on this type of radio. It's not CB radio where you could just pick it up and use it. This is a lot more civilized than CB radio in the fact that you have to have a license, take a test and get a license. These two young people, as far as I know, and I've been here a long time, are the youngest ham radio operators we ever had in Collier County. So, you know, that's a feather in their cap. Okay, if anybody has any questions, please feel free while we have a few minutes before it arrives. Yes?
You're up with the mic, everybody, and when we're talking, we need to be kind of like not putting our back to this. This is actually going out on the web as we speak.
I'll spin them around a little bit.
Yeah, so you just want to talk this way towards this camera, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Mash.
If anybody doesn't have a copy of the questions, here they are. Glad that raise your hand or wave your ear or something.
One more thing, after we're finished with the space station contact, if you're interested in seeing what the station looks like from this side, please come up and feel free to, you know, look at it, ask any questions you might have. This is state-of-the-art equipment, and it's very interesting. You can have this set up in your own home when you get your license and talk to people all over the world. So it's a lot of fun. As you could see from the footprint, that once it moves over a little bit more, it'll cover just about all of the United States. This particular satellite, so to speak, has a relatively small footprint. However, satellites that are higher can virtually reach to Europe from here and South America and other parts of the world, depending, of course, how far out in space they are. I think you'll be also surprised on how crystal clear MacArthur's voice will be. Thank you.
Yes, I hear you. Two tech specialists came in from the AdSen and they said they are not picking this up on the webcast.
Very interesting. We're going now. I'm seeing you coming across on the webcast at the moment. Yep, I see you jumping around, huh?
That's you.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
All righty.
Over.
Over. Here, let me show you it.
Okay. This is,
There you are going out over webcast.
okie dokie. Wait a minute. Let me get my camera near. Okay. Camera near. Randy. Camera near. Well, but anyway, we're down here like a postage stamp. And this is what's actually going out on the web. There's a man here, Dave Mazza, my good buddy from Glenn Research Center, NASA, up in Cleveland. And what he's doing is he's picking this up to our Polycom and broadcasting it out over the web. Yeah, can you be more techie? I don't think so. Okie dokie. Thank you, Dave. I'm going to push you around here again.
You're welcome.
Is that, Doug, would you wave your hands? Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. Good deal. So what do we do now? Wait?
It won't be long. If you guys look up there to where it says until 5 minutes, 52 seconds, when that elapses, it's going to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make sure everybody at this time would please turn their cell phones off, or at least the ringers off, please.
Hi, good morning out there, Pine Ridge Middle School. What we have this morning is a phenomenal first-time, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We have here the Amateur Radio Association of Southwest Florida, and they are facilitating this event. We have radios here which will instantaneously broadcast our questions to the International Space Station, which is approximately 300 miles above Collier County. We're going to start in a few minutes. Now, to my left, you can't see this, but we have those of my students and who are involved with the Zathura video conference. We have my Polycom unit here, which is picking up not only our audio broadcast, but also our video. And our buddy at Glenn Research Center, NASA in Cleveland, is picking up that signal and putting it out over the web. All your teachers have the directions on how to get that in the web, and you can access that later. I will be happy to get that out to all the students.
3 minutes.
Okay, and we're 3 minutes and counting, and this is Mr. Doug Dunphy, who is
N4DMD.
yeah, he's that too. Okay, so everybody stay tuned, and thank you all for tuning in, and I'm excited. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Okie dokie. Relax.
How you doing up there, Don? Down Lake would be 145 knots. Oh, you okay? Yep. You all right? Read your stuff. Everybody remember, I'm going to touch you when I want you to begin. I'll touch you on the back, okay? Loud and crisp. Easy money.
November Alpha 1, Sierra Sierra. This is Kilo 4, Yankee Hotel Bravo. How copy, Commander? Over. November Alpha 1, Sierra Sierra. This is Kilo 4, Yankee Hotel Bravo. How copy, Commander? Over. November Alpha 1, Sierra Sierra. This is Kilo 4, Yankee Hotel Bravo. How copy, Commander? Over.
NA1SS, I have you loud and clear. Over.
NA1SS. NA1SS, this is K4YHB. With your go-ahead, Commander, we will begin with questions. Over.
K4YHB, please go ahead. Over.
Good morning, this is Elsie of Immokalee Middle School in Collier County, Florida. What is the newest type of robotics being used on the ISS today? Over.
We actually are not using robotics that is all that sophisticated. On board the ISS, we have the Space Station Remote Manipulator System, or SSRMS. It's a 7-joint, 58-foot, essentially remotely operated crane. Over.
Hello, this is Avery from Pine Ridge Middle School in Collier County, Florida. On a daily basis, what robotics do you use aboard the ISS? Over.
Well, in actuality, we use the robotic arm only occasionally on board the ISS. It's used to either relocate people or equipment on the outside, which happens only occasionally. Also, we will sometimes use the cameras installed on the robotic arm to do video surveys of the exterior of the station. Over.
Hi, my name is Melanie from Immokalee Middle School. What would happen if a malfunction occurs in a robot? If it took too long to fix, would another robot be shipped to the station? Over.
We always try to repair the equipment that we have here due to the cost and the planning required to send replacement items up. As a matter of fact, we currently have a malfunction with the robotic arm. One of the cables that goes to the mobile transport system or rail car that the arm can ride on was severed by malfunction in the system. So our immediate response has been, well, not so immediately. On our spacewalk last week, we went and saved the redundant cable to ensure it could not be severed. And the next shuttle mission will bring up a replacement cable. Over.
Good morning, this is Aaron from Pine Ridge Middle School. What is the largest robot aboard the ISS and what does it do? Over.
The largest robot is the SSRMS. It's built in Canada for the Canadian Space Agency. Therefore, it's called Canadarm, C-A-N-A-D-A-R-M-E 2. It's approximately 58 feet long, and it is used to either move equipment for, let's say, installing new components on the space station. It can also be used to position astronauts on the tip of the arm at their work site. Over.
Hey, this is Maria from Immokalee Middle School. What advice would you give a young person who is nervous or unsure how to follow their dreams about becoming an astronaut? Over.
I would say throw your nervousness aside. It's a bit, for anyone, it's a bit of a long shot. There just aren't many astronauts, and I think there are a lot of people who would like to fly in space. The good news is the things that you would need to do to become qualified, the education that you need, all of those things are interesting and just a darn lot of fun. So, heck, follow your dreams. If you don't even try, then all you've done is guaranteed your failure. Over.
Hello, this is Jordan from Pine Ridge Middle School. How far from the ISS can a robotic arm extend? Over.
Jordan, it can extend from its base, as I said, about 58 feet. Ultimately, though, it also, though, can ride on this rail car, the mobile transporter, which allows it to go nearly to the end of the truss system Eventually, the space station will span a total of over 360 feet. So at that point, the robotic arm can go as much as, if you will, 180 feet plus from the center of the station. Over.
Good morning, this is Jose from Immokalee Middle School. What are robots doing on the ISS right now? Over.
Right now they are used to manipulate equipment that is too large, or to move equipment that's too large for astronauts to do during spacewalks. And we often will, in the future and in the past, we use them to take cargo equipment out of the payload bay and install it on the space station. Over.
Hi, this is Ian of Pine Ridge Middle School. How much training does it take to prepare you to use a robotic arm? Over.
Ian, it takes a couple of years of training. For me personally, I was first trained and certified to use the smaller arm on the space shuttle, and then I trained for over 4.5 years to operate the space station arm. Over.
Hello, this is Set of Immokalee Middle School. Does the ISS ever get hit by space rocks? Over.
Well, fortunately, we haven't been hit by something I would call a rock, although we are occasionally impacted by dust particles, which surprisingly can cause quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, nothing that has ever been a serious problem for the space station. Over.
Hi, this is Alexis of Pine Ridge Middle School. How do you prevent your muscles from atrophy during your stay aboard the ISS? Over.
Alexis, we do that just the same way you strengthen muscles on the ground. Vigorous exercise. We exercise for 2.5 hours each day. That's generally an hour of aerobic exercise, running on a treadmill or riding a stationary bike, plus an hour and a half on a machine that simulates weightlifting. Over.
Good morning, this is Ashley of Immokalee Middle School. How long does it take for our voices to reach the space station from Earth? Over.
Well, Ashley, right now, because we're within line of sight, it is nearly instantaneous. We can have a very slight delay of maybe 100 milliseconds or so if we're talking via a geostationary satellite. Over.
How large will the ISS be when it is completed? Over.
The easiest way to think about it is it will have a span equivalent to the length of a football field, so it's a little over 100 yards, 110 yards wide, 363 feet to be exact, 275 feet long, so it's like 1 3/4 football fields side by side. Over.
Hello, this is Elsie of Immokalee Middle School. Is there a limit to personal items allowed on a spaceship? What types of things do most astronauts take? Over.
Yes, a few personal items are allowed on board the space station, limited by volume and weight primarily. We're not allowed to take items that have collectible value, such as coins and stamps. Most of us bring things such as pictures of our families. I have a memento from, I used to be in the Army. I have a memento, a little dog tag to commemorate soldiers who are serving throughout the world, a silver cross. I have my wife's engagement ring, those sorts of things. Over.
Hi, Commander MacArthur. This is Sharon Lee, and I had the pleasure to meet you last year at the Outpost when your wife gave you an astronaut party.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I am super duper. Thank you so much for doing this for the students of Collier County. And all I can say is this was a wonderful experience for us all, and this was a great partnership between the Amateur Radio Association of Southwest Florida, NASA, and Collier County Public Schools. There are many, many hundreds of people behind the scenes who made this event possible today, and I really thank you all.
Well, it was just a pleasure to have you visit on board the space station. Best wishes to all the students in Collier County. And as a question I answered earlier, do not be afraid to follow your dreams. Reach high, because even if you fall a little bit short, you will have accomplished so much more than if you're afraid to even try. Best wishes to everyone. 73.
LOS, LOS, LOS. NA1SS, this is K4YHB. 73 from Naples, Florida. Godspeed, Bill MacArthur.
go, buddy.